I do expect it to be very physical. That's one of the first things I think of. I think it'll be very fast as well. They have really quick guards, and so do we. So I think that it'll be a lot of transition, and we have to be able to get back on defense and transition defense, and we also have to be able to attack them in transition offense. But yes, it'll be very physical, and we just have to outwork them and be tough. Well, for me, I'm honored. I've never had a championship before in basketball. So it's just really amazing to be a part of something this special. But we want to be able to get it on our own when we play on Sunday, so we don't have to share.
I agree with Anriel. Just to be able to do it 2 years in a row is very hard and amazing, and I'm just glad that I'm here to contribute and help.
One of the things is, they've been without Taya Cooper for a few games, and she's had a little ankle issue, and they haven't missed a beat. I mean, they're scoring at a high rate, 73, 82, the last 2 ball games, and they just replace her. They got the same mentality we do, next person up, and they do a great job. They're, like Anriel said, they're going to try to expose you in the open floor and transition and get out and run. They really shoot the ball well. I think you got to really appreciate they've got some guards shooting it at a high level, and yet if you go out there and grab them now, they're gonna try to put it on the floor and get by you. And so, we've got to be really solid and really fundamental in our approach defensively on the perimeter, and handle that. Dawn's adapted to not having, the traditional 2 bigs that she's always had by playing 4 guards a lot of times, and really made that work and be really difficult to deal with. So they've just gotten better to me. They had an early stretch where I think they were 4-4 to start the year, but my gosh, they played some really, really good teams, and so they learned from that, grew from it, and they've been as hot as we've been. I mean, they've played just as well as we have in the conference. Yeah, I'd just brag on them a little bit. It's hard to do when you come in Joe's case, we really had planned on her redshirting last year if we could make it through the year, and her willingness to, at midterm, take the shirt off and played in 31 games for us was a tremendous addition to our team, and really gave us some much needed depth that we desperately needed. Obviously, she played extremely well in a lot of ball games, and had a great ball game against Louisville in the Final Four, and so I knew coming back with her, even though her numbers didn't have to be off the chart last year because she was playing with so many great players. But I knew coming back that she would be, number one, I was going to give her the opportunity. I was hoping she would embrace it, which she has, becoming that player that I really felt like she could be all along when she came out of high school. I mean, you're looking at, this kid was phenomenal in high school, and I just thought all along that she could really be a great player in our league, which she's turned out to be. I mean, she should be considered for all SEC, just like Anriel. I mean, both these kids are, top players at their position in the conference. So, for her, she's had a little bit more time here than Anriel. Anriel, it is so difficult, to do something all your life one way, and then but that last year, we're going to try to change you in 3 months. I mean, she didn't get here till August. She actually didn't get overseas with us until the last couple games, and so to try to put her in a system, and basically in 3 months you get September, October, November before you play in early November, to adapt to a system. And I give her a lot of credit. She's really done a good job with that. She's obviously makes our team very different when she's on the floor. And but the thing that you guys just see for 40 minutes or however many minutes a night she plays, I get it every day. She's not one of these players that when the lights come on, she turns it on. She's that way every day, y'all. Her motor runs. She is high energy. She is a positive person out on the court from a standpoint of smiling and happy, which makes me happy. It's a hard enough job without walking out there and, looking at a frown. Basketball should be a pure joy. It should be your joyful time of day, and it should be fun. And she enjoys that piece, and I enjoy, coaching somebody like that. She is competitive, as all my kids are, and I have a real appreciation for that. I don't get too upset when we're both in a competitive setting or competitive arena, and we both express that. I want players that are competitive. I don't want excuse makers, but I want kids that are competitive. Both these kids are extremely competitive.